Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your level of English. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you the difference between have to and has to. In previous lessons, I talked about the verb have, which we use when we are talking about possessions or belongings. For example, I have blonde hair. But have to and has to are very different. We use have to and has to when we are talking about obligation or things that are necessary to do. For example, I have to go to a meeting in an hour. You have to take your pills every night before bed. My dad has to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. She has to move out of her apartment by July. When we are conjugating the verb have, we say, I have to, you have to, he has to, she has to, it has to, we have to, and they have to. In all of these examples, we are talking about obligations or things that are necessary to do. In the affirmative form, have to or has to is very similar to the modal verb must. Except must is even stronger than have to. So you could say, I must go to a meeting in an hour. You must take your pills every night before bed. Or have to. Must is more formal and is stronger than have to. So what is the difference between have to, has to, and had to? Well, had to is in the past tense. For example, I had to leave my car overnight with the mechanic to get repaired. So imagine yesterday, it was necessary, I had to get my car fixed and leave the car overnight at the mechanic's. And now, today, in the present tense, I could say, I have to pick up my car this afternoon from the mechanic. So have to, in the present tense, is talking about something that is necessary or an obligation I have to do now in the present tense, and had to refers to the past, yesterday, last week, etc. Now let's talk about have to or has to in the negative form. We use don't have to or doesn't have to say that something is not necessary or is not an obligation. So it essentially is optional. We conjugate this by saying, I don't have to, you don't have to, he doesn't have to, she doesn't have to, it doesn't have to, we don't have to, they don't have to. For example, you don't have to come to my party if you don't want to. This means it's not an obligation. If you don't want to come to my party, it's not necessary that you come. You don't have to come. We don't have to pay for the hotel room until we check out. So again, it's not necessary that we pay for the hotel room until we check out. James doesn't have to do any homework tonight. The children don't have to wear school uniforms on Friday. Now let's talk about have to and has to in the interrogative form and how we make questions. We use do I have to ask if something is necessary or an obligation. You often hear children ask this question, do I have to? Is it necessary? So we say, do I have to? Do you have to? Does he have to? Does she have to? Does it have to? Do we have to? Do they have to? For example, do we have to go to school tomorrow? Do I have to eat all my vegetables? Is it necessary Or am I obligated to eat all my vegetables? Does mom have to work late tonight? Okay, so now we're going to do a 6-question practice quiz with have to or has to. So complete these sentences with the correct form of have to in the present tense. Number 1, I study for my exam tomorrow. And this one put in the affirmative form. Number 2, Brittany take antibiotics for 5 days. Number 3, you come tomorrow if you don't feel like it. We arrive early. This one put in the interrogative form. Number 5, Mom, drive me there tomorrow. Number 6, Brandon, come to church on Sunday. Okay, so now let's correct these together. Number 1, I have to study for my exam tomorrow. Now, you cannot say I've to study. With have to, we do not use the contraction I've. That's incorrect. I have to study for my exam tomorrow. Number 2, Brittany has to. Again, Brittany is a she, so we say she has. Brittany has to take antibiotics for 5 days. Number 3, you don't have to. You don't have to come tomorrow if you don't feel like it. Number 4, do we have to arrive early? Number 5, Mom doesn't have to drive me there tomorrow. And finally, number 6, does Brandon have to come to church on Sunday? Okay, so let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 6 on this practice quiz of have to and has to. I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comment section if you have any more questions about have to or has to. Make sure to subscribe to Sparkle English for more videos just like this one. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and on Facebook for more tips and tricks on improving your level of English. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next lesson.